Hey, thanks for listening to the Screen Facts Podcast. I'm Jason Davis. Please visit jasondavisvoice.com/podcast for more information about how you can support the show by buying Screen Facts merchandise. You can also find us on Instagram at ScreenFactsPod. You can email us at screenfacts@yahoo.com if you have any questions, comments, or if you'd like to suggest a movie for us to talk about on the show. Joining me today, once again, is the person I love doing this with more than anybody else. My incredible wife, Sue Mandzik Davis.
Thanks, honey, but don't tell anyone else.
Hey, that's not to say I don't love doing this with everybody else, too. But
Yeah, because you have some pretty fantastic guests.
True, but you're my wife.
That's true.
I don't think they're going to be mad that I said
okay.
that. Since it is December, the holiday season officially, we're kind of focusing on holiday-themed movies. Last week, Trading Places with Roshana.
Awesome.
Today, we're going to talk about a movie that starts out looking like your typical Christmas movie.
Right? Christmas music is playing. The scene starts showing you this nice, sweet hometown.
Children's choirs singing.
The police officers are walking by. They know everyone knows everybody in town.
The hustle and bustle.
The kids are looking in the window of the toy store. It's so sweet.
Right? And then there's the Salvation Army guy ringing the bell.
That's right.
Merry Christmas.
Collecting money, and everyone's so happy.
And then they have that cool bookstore that I know you would definitely be in.
I would be spending time in that bookstore.
For sure.
And then the camera goes up, and you see what's over the bookstore.
Dr. Wong's office.
Yeah, counseling.
Marriage counseling.
Marriage counseling.
Suddenly you realize you are not in a typical Christmas movie.
Yeah.
Of course, we're talking about The Ref. Very interesting. This movie was originally released March 11th, 1994.
That's insane. I don't get it.
And unfortunately, that's probably why this movie has been missed by a lot of people, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I bet.
This movie is a great Christmas movie.
This is one of my favorites.
It's great because it's got all the holiday stuff, but it really focuses on the cynical, dysfunctional family stuff that we can all relate to.
Yep.
One thing I didn't think about, because, I've been enjoying this movie for a long time, but this was really one of the first sort of anti-Christmas movies.
Really?
Now, it seems like every year they come out with something new that's irreverent and turns Christmas on its side and all that.
There's, movies that come out that are horror movies, Christmas themed.
Right.
Thrillers, Christmas themed.
We could talk about National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation came out before this. Die Hard came out before this.
And it is a Christmas movie.
I think so.
Heck yeah.
But other than those two movies and this, most Christmas movies were more traditional.
This is a dark comedy. I find it very interesting that I grew up watching all the sweet Christmas movies. It's a Wonderful Life.
White Christmas.
White Christmas. All of these wonderful things. The Bishop's Wife. All of these traditional, calm, classic Christmas movies. And then as I got older, I stopped watching them so much. I'm just thinking about where I'm at now because you had said, what are some Christmas movies you'd like to talk about? Well, if you had to choose one, and I was like, The Ref. I mean, what does that say about me?
Well, I think we have a balance. We watch a little bit of both this time of year.
Yeah.
You're saying, what does that say about you that's what you wanted to talk about on the podcast?
That's what I wanted to watch. That was like, if I don't see this year, I'm going to be pretty upset.
I think part of it, too, is that if you spent a lot of your earlier years watching the real traditional kind of stuff, and maybe you've seen this and other movies like it less, perhaps that's why you're focused more on this now. And plus, this is a movie that I think a lot of people might not be aware of, and I think we like to highlight movies like that we enjoy.
That's true.
On the podcast. So it makes perfect sense to me.
Yeah. Was this one cult classic or anything like that? Or
I would say it's become that,
for
sure. Aside from the movie being released at a weird time for a holiday film,
right?
Like, what were they thinking?
I don't know.
Honestly,
I don't get that.
I think if they would have released this movie around the holidays, it would have been a huge success.
Yeah.
I really do. Because who wants to see a Christmas movie in March?
March, yeah. Not even the people who might still have their Christmas lights up.
Right.
Mentally, they're probably done with Christmas.
Right. They're just too lazy to take their lights down,
right?
Probably. This movie is well written. It has a great cast, great actors. And they all really get to showcase their talents in this.
Yeah.
Directed by Ted Demme. His brother Jonathan was also a famous director. He directed Silence of the Lambs, and I think he won an Oscar for that.
Oh, okay.
But Ted Demme had done music videos and stuff, and I think he had directed Dennis Leary's stand-up special, or one of
Okay.
Dennis Leary's stand-up specials, and that's how Dennis Leary was cast in
Okay.
this. So written by Richard LaGravenese and Marie Weiss. Marie actually came up with the story.
Real life. Marie Weiss said that she had an argument with her husband. They had moved from New York to California. And they kind of thought, wouldn't it be great if there was a third party that could just step in and referee this argument?
Yeah, and by the way, that's another thing about this movie that I think is a little bit off. The title. It makes sense when you see the movie.
Yeah.
If you don't know anything about the movie, other than the poster, the time of year it's coming out, and the title, I think that's why a lot of people missed out on a great movie.
Okay, maybe they thought it was a sports movie and then they
Yeah, exactly.
were like, what the heck is this with the Christmas stuff?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Call it the marriage ref at that point.
Yeah. The marriage counselor. No, he pretends to be a marriage counselor.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like they could have come up with a better title for
Yeah,
the
I
movie,
don't know.
too.
I love the nostalgia of the early 90s movies. They had all of the credits in the beginning still.
Yep.
And last night when we watched it, I saw production designer Dan Davis go by.
No relation.
Are you sure?
I mean, unless he's not telling me something. I'm pretty sure my brother did not design the
I was
production.
like, oh my gosh, look at that. I didn't know he designed this movie.
So, as we mentioned, Dennis Leary is the star as Gus. Very funny.
So perfect, so snarky, and he plays exasperated so well.
Yeah, there's very few people that can play annoyed sarcasm better than Dennis Leary.
And keep it funny, yeah.
Judy Davis, no relation.
Right.
As Caroline. Kevin Spacey, oh, how the mighty have fallen.
Oh my.
As Lloyd.
Lloyd.
This was one of the first things I think I remember seeing him in. I'm sure he did other things before this.
Okay.
Boy, he's great in this, though.
Yeah, well, his acting ability is phenomenal.
Yeah. And the dialogue is written so well, and what he does with it is so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, really, really
The
shines
dynamic
in this movie.
between the two of them is amazing.
Christine Baranski plays Lloyd's sister-in-law, and this is one of 3 Christmas movies.
That's right, because we call it the Christine Baranski trifecta.
That's right.
So it's The Ref, How the Grinch Stole Christmas,
The Jim Carrey version.
and Bad Moms Christmas.
That's right. So
Yeah.
if you can't get your fill of Christine Baranski during the holidays, there's something wrong.
That's right. She's so great.
Yeah, she's awesome in
Slipper socks, medium.
this. Yeah, she has a lot of funny stuff, too. Glynis Johns, who plays Lloyd's mother, Rose.
She was in Mary Poppins.
Yeah, also very good.
What
Just,
a horrible, horrible character.
your husband's not dead. He's hiding. And J.K. Simmons makes his film debut in this.
That's right.
Yeah. So he plays the superintendent of the military school, Siskel. And I didn't know this till I was reading about it, but Richard LaGravenese named the character after the film critic Gene Siskel of Siskel and Ebert fame.
Right.
By the way, Roger Ebert loved this movie.
Okay.
Apparently, Siskel had a problem with LaGravenese being nominated for an Oscar for writing The Fisher King. And so, why not make an unlikable character and name him after Siskel?
That's really funny.
That's the purpose behind that.
That's really funny.
Yeah. In terms of the quality of the film, AFI, the American Film Institute, it was among 500 considered for AFI's 100 Years, 100 Laughs list. So that's kind of a big deal.
I would think
right?
so.
If you look on IMDb, Rotten Tomatoes and user reviews and stuff, they're all very high.
Yeah.
So it's just one of those movies that just missed.
Yeah, and that's wild to me because, when we watch it, I still every year laugh out loud.
Oh, me too.
During the whole thing.
Yeah. It's all the same stuff makes me laugh every time.
Yeah.
Because it's just so good.
Yeah.
The writing, the acting, everything. Let's talk about...
Lloyd and Caroline.
Yeah, let's talk about Lloyd and Caroline. I think anybody who's married can probably relate at least a little bit to the strife in their marriage, right?
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
They're kind of at an extreme point.
Yeah.
She has had an affair, and she keeps insisting it was nothing.
Right.
He wants her to wear the scarlet letter about it. But when the counselor asks about what led up to it, doesn't she say that their lovemaking wasn't noteworthy or something like that?
A couple of kisses, a couple of nipple twists, and then it was all over.
About the same time it would take to make a cappuccino.
She timed it once.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Lloyd has kind of checked out on life, totally.
Pretty much.
On
Yeah.
everything.
And,
that
that's the
includes
great
his
thing.
wife.
And that's the great thing about the writing. Like, we find out later on in the movie, there's a lot of things contributing to their marital problems. It's not just the affair.
Right.
The fact that they owe money to his mother, they live in a house that his mother owns, he runs an antique shop that his mother owns.
Yeah.
They're paying a loan back to his mother with 18% interest.
18% interest. So I looked up average credit card rate in 1993.
Yeah.
16.83.
Wow. It's like a loan shark.
Right? And I love how the envelope with her next month's payment is the Christmas gift. Merry Christmas, Mother. Here's your gift. It's our payment.
Right.
Like, wait, what? It took me a minute, even when the movie was starting. I'm watching this going, this all takes place in one night, right?
Yeah.
You know, and I was taking notice of the time in some of the scenes. 6:45, they're driving home from the marriage counselor, but it's also Christmas Eve. And I'm thinking to myself, they made an appointment for marriage counseling on Christmas Eve.
Wait, is it possible that that's...
It's all one night.
It's all one night.
Because they have their story of leaving the counselor, arguing in the car, and then eventually getting to that store, like that little general store. And then it has Gus's story of he broke into the house, he sets off the alarm, he gets soaked with the cat pee.
The Roadrunner booby trap, as he puts it.
He falls through the trap door. He has to deal with Cannibal the dog. The dog eats a pool ball and then attacks his leg.
Yeah.
And then he ends up at the grocery store too.
Okay,
because
yeah.
Murray takes off because he's scared. So he has to walk somewhere and
That's
he comes
right.
to the store. And that's where their stories come together.
I hijacked my fucking parents.
Yep. You know, and he wouldn't have taken me if you had come with me. Now, would you have taken me if we were a couple? No, see? And they're just back and forth the whole time. And in the beginning, Dennis Leary's face as he's realizing.
What he got himself into.
Yeah, it's great.
He's having a really bad night.
Yeah.
Really
bad. And everybody, I don't know how many times, I did not count, but I don't know how many times in the movie someone says to him,
What's
that
smell?
And I think Lloyd says, did you have an accident?
Yeah. I like when the two bumbling cops hand Lieutenant Huff the evidence bag and they say, we can't tell what the smell is. Lieutenant Huff sniffs it and he says, urine mixed with a faint smell of aftershave. And Steve says, Phil thought it was semen. And then Lieutenant Huff says, Phil needs a therapist.
I thought you should say Phil needs a urologist or something if that's what his semen smells like. Right. Lloyd and Caroline have created such a toxic home that their son doesn't even want to be there anymore.
Yeah.
And he's a sophomore in high school, and he's 15, right? And he's got himself a nice little blackmailing business going on.
What do you weigh, $105?
Yeah, because he's blackmailing Siskel.
Yeah.
Developing pictures in his own little dark room. And
See, kids, before digital cameras.
that's right. That's what we had to do.
That's the other great thing about this movie is just all of the stuff that doesn't exist anymore, probably.
Yeah, landlines.
Yeah, you can't slam down a cell phone to hang up on somebody.
Yeah, you just have to poke the screen real hard.
And I love when he's in the kitchen and he's talking to Murray and he's like slamming it on the counter and on the pots and all the pots fall.
Yep.
And he plays angry very well.
Very well. He sees the phone book, and yes, phone books did exist back then.
Right.
And he asks, where's the worst dive bar around here?
Yeah.
They each have an answer.
Right. And Lloyd describes it as a urinal with windows. 'Cause
So, he looks and he gets the number and he calls, and the bartender answers the landline there.
Yep.
Is there anybody named Murray here? No.
how about a fucking waste of life named Murray?
And then Murray's like, oh, that's me.
Gussie?
And then he flips the phone book over to the back and he sees the ad. The back page ad is for Winslow Harbors.
Yes.
And did you notice the number for it?
No, I did not.
555
Right.
3537.
Okay.
But remember, do they still do that?
I
When
think so,
someone
yeah.
gives their phone number in a movie, it's always 555?
Yeah, because that's not real.
Yeah. Although nowadays we'd be going 973-555.
Right. Exactly.
Or area code 555.
Yep.
Just a lot of nostalgia for me.
Yeah. A lot of antiquated stuff.
Yes, stuff that does not exist anymore. Let's face it, her brown lipstick. They don't make that anymore.
No.
That screams 90s.
Interesting.
That
okay.
makeup to me.
That's kind of stuff is lost on me, unfortunately.
Yeah.
The guy dressed as Santa Claus with the fruitcake. Oh. Does anybody really like fruitcake?
I've never tried it, but I'm honestly afraid to.
I've never had good fruitcake. So
Okay.
unless there's like somebody who has the magic formula for making good fruitcake, it's pretty gross.
Yeah. When Gus takes a bite, he's like,
He
what's
spits
in
it-
this?
He spits it back into the thing.
Yeah, and she says probably alum. And alum, remember Bugs Bunny would use alum if he
Alum
needed
makes you
to
pucker.
Yeah, if it needs to, squeeze your mouth shut.
Yeah,
I know that from my Bugs Bunny days.
that's right. We learned a lot from Bugs Bunny.
That's right.
Caroline starts talking to Gus, Dennis Leary's character, in sort of a friendly manner because I guess she's just trying to get on his good side or whatever.
Possibly, and possibly when she's in that house, she probably never has a civil conversation with Lloyd.
Good point. But I love when they're walking up the stairs and she's giving him the backstory of they had a restaurant and it failed. And he says, "What are we, girlfriends? Do I give a shit about this? No." Interestingly, the movie takes place in Connecticut, but it was shot in and around Toronto in July.
In July, there's no snow in Toronto.
No wonder
in
they
July.
released it in March. They were all confused.
They didn't know what they were doing.
Right? So to simulate winter, they had to come up with 400 feet of snowbanks that they built with chicken wire, burlap, and insulation foam. And then they used over 3,200 pounds of dry bleached wood pulp for snow. And then they moved those snowbanks between locations. Why not just film when it's naturally snowing?
That would make sense, wouldn't it? Or
Yeah.
maybe, I don't know, maybe Dennis Leary's schedule didn't allow for that,
Yeah,
or
who
Kevin
knows?
Spacey, or Judy Davis's. I don't know.
It just seems like a lot of extra work.
Yeah.
And that probably took up most of the budget, I would
Right,
think.
right. I'm not sure what the weather is like in Toronto in the summer, but they're all bundled up and
Yeah.
doing their thing, and they might have been sweating a little.
Yeah, maybe.
The cops had full uniforms and those jackets and the hats and
Oh,
everything.
yeah.
They're going door to door.
I'm trying to remember if you could see anybody's breath when they're outside.
Yeah, I can't remember.
I mean, they do a good job of making it look like winter,
Yeah,
for sure.
they really do.
There's so much great back and forth between the characters, and not even just the main ones.
Mm-hmm.
That whole exchange between, I don't know if it's the guy from like the town council or
Yeah,
something,
yeah.
who's informing the lieutenant, "Oh,
Yeah.
you're going to be out of a job," and blah, blah, blah. And he's
Yeah.
like, "I nailed your wife, Bob. You were away on business." That's how he gets back at him for saying that
Yeah,
he was
that's
going to
all.
lose his
That's
job.
all he's got.
And he goes, 3 times, Bob. She said you never went 3 times before.
Bob.
Bob. That shut him up.
Yeah. I love how some of the cops are bumbling a little from
Yeah.
time to time. You have the two who are buddies with Lloyd's brother.
Right.
They're, oh, when's Gary going to get here? I want to say
Gar!
hi. Gare! Yeah. He ends up inviting them in. And Gus is like, why did you do that? And he's like, well, it'd be more suspicious if I didn't.
Right.
So they're there right in the house with all of this going on.
Mm-hmm.
And they're just having their coffee or having, something. The one even answers the phone
Yep.
when Murray calls.
Yep, Gussie. And he goes, "No, this is Officer so-and-so." He goes, "Ah," and he hangs up the phone. They had a different ending originally. The movie ends with Gus, Murray, and the woman whose boat Linda's boat. They all go away on the boat.
Yeah.
And they get away.
Yep.
It's sort of a satisfying ending.
Yeah.
After the night that he has.
Yeah.
The original ending to the movie, Gus gets caught, and the moral of the story is crime doesn't pay, and blah, blah, blah.
Hey, kids.
But, that doesn't make any sense because the whole movie is cynical, and
Yeah.
why should he get caught?
Yeah, hasn't he been through enough?
Yeah, exactly. So I think they had test audiences watch the movie, and they hated it.
Oh, I would imagine.
yeah.
I like how they decide to help him, and it's really Lloyd.
Yeah.
He's looking out the door, and then he kind of turns around and goes, all right, the path through the woods. Jesse, you know the way. You got to take him.
I think,
Well, what are we going to do? Turn him in?
I wonder if he decides that he wants to help him because he realizes that, hey, this guy has actually helped my marriage. He's helped me communicate with my wife in a better way.
Yeah. In a
Because they
strange,
sort of work
wacky
through
way.
stuff. Yeah. And it looks like everybody's going to be happy in that area too,
Yeah.
which is kind of cool.
Yeah. And how funny is it that Dennis Leary poses as Dr. Wong?
Yes. That's one of my favorite lines in the movie.
Yeah.
"You don't look like a Wong," the mother says. And he goes, "Well, my mother was Irish. And your father wasn't."
And then she's asking him about what theories do you follow? Are you Freud? Are you this? And he's like, nah.
I don't go for any of that dream shit.
Yeah. Can we talk about Gary's family? Their storyline coming into it. Mm-hmm. Christine Baranski playing his wife and the 2 kids.
Yep.
And then the mom. And they all, the first time we see them is in a restaurant.
Yeah.
And they're eating dinner.
Yeah, because the food that Caroline made last time gave you diarrhea for a week, Gary.
You had diarrhea for a week?
That's not an appropriate conversation at dinner. It's Christmas. Don't make me crazy.
Everything's, yeah. Stop it, it's Christmas.
Don't make me nuts.
Don't make me nuts.
She's so good.
She's so good. Apparently, Caroline's just not a good cook either, even though she did take a class with this Scandinavian cooking.
Right.
Because she takes classes just, to try to find herself.
Well, what she serves for Christmas dinner is just crazy.
Does not look appetizing at all.
Gherkins and it's like all kinds of weird shit.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, none of it looks appetizing.
None of it looks good. Gary's family shows up, and they just add to the pressure of everything because now Lloyd and Caroline have to host a dinner. They have to work him into it, and that's where they get, you'll be our counselor. They tie Jesse up upstairs and say he's spending a night at a friend's on Christmas Eve.
That's very strange.
That's very strange.
Well, I wanted to be, focus on the marriage.
Yeah, like... Yeah.
Yeah.
And then them at dinner with all the candle wreaths.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at those wreaths going, and those are not flameless candles because that didn't exist back then. Those are all flames.
Right. I actually was watching that scene last night thinking, how are they not getting wax stripped in their hair and stuff?
Right. Caroline finishes off the wine and she gets a little schnockered.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you noticed, but her wreath all of a sudden is cockeyed and half of the flames are out. And she's just like saying what she wants to say, and I'm going to go get another bottle of wine. And I'm looking at the candles going, oh my gosh.
Yep.
That's going to set a curtain on fire, isn't it?
Something.
Yeah.
It definitely...
But it's, in honor of St. Lucia, who, although she was surrounded by flames, she did not burn. And the kids are loving everything.
Oh, yeah. They're like leaning into the stories.
The stories, any argument they want to hear.
The Gary and Connie's son.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, I love when Aunt Caroline and Uncle Lloyd fight. Their fights are bitchin'.
And he's hanging on every word of the St. Lucia story, too.
Yeah, totally.
He's like, that's awesome. At one point, I noticed they were getting into something, and the niece is actually leaning across Gary. Like leaning across her dad so she can hear better.
Right.
Like, this is so funny.
It's great.
And then they start giving out presents.
Yep.
The grandmother's gifts to the kids.
Yeah, like a terrible sweater for the daughter with like a crazy poodle on it.
Yeah.
And then for this...
one pair of boxers.
I got you the husky size. You mustn't let your weight become an issue.
A pair of boxers.
I know.
That's it.
That's crazy.
And their response from the four of them to her is a wallet.
And she actually gives them shit about that.
Yeah.
Thank you, Gary and Connie. And what's funny is that, you said it earlier. Connie opens her present from the mother-in-law.
Yeah.
Oh, slipper socks. I've been wanting to get a pair of these. And then she turns and does an aside to Gary. With all the money she has, does she think she's going to take it with her when she dies?
And Gary says, yeah, apparently she does.
Yeah. When Caroline is starting to get drunk, Lloyd says, Caroline, I think you should eat something. And she says, Lloyd, why don't you eat me?
I think the kids go crazy for that, too. Yeah. Just like the worst Christmas Eve ever, I guess. I do love when everybody gets tied up and the kids are actually tying up their parents, and then grandma's getting tied up and they have like duct tape and the Christmas ribbon. And they eventually, say how grandma's chewing through her restraints or her...
Yeah, through a gag.
Yeah.
When the boy is gagging his mother, he's making it really tight. And you can tell she's like, she has a look on her face like, and Gus is like, okay, that's good.
Yeah, that's good. Are you sure?
This is one we watch every year.
Every year.
We enjoy it the same amount every year.
I love it. Each year, I laugh out loud, but I also kind of notice some new things. I think this year I paid a little more attention when Lloyd was saying to Caroline, we were sitting in bed and we were smoking a joint and we were in the city and you hated the city and you hated the fact that our apartment was small and all of your friends were doing better than we were.
Yeah, they were rich and we couldn't afford to live in the city and enjoy it the way your rich friends could.
Yeah, and it kind of made me look at her character in a new way, just from listening to what he was saying about her. It's like, well, where did she come from? And like, she wanted to make her way up in the world, but this was not the way she wanted to do it. So she obviously is just not happy, probably with where she came from, with where she is now. She's taking all these classes to try to just find herself and nothing's clicking. And she doesn't make decisions. Yep. And I found that to be such an interesting character point about her.
Yeah, there's clearly a lot wrong with their partnership. But by the end of the movie, it feels like they sort of work it all out,
Yeah.
right? Which kind of makes it a traditional Christmas movie.
Hey, look at that.
Because everybody gets what they want in the end, and everybody's happy.
Yeah.
And so I think this is a great Christmas movie, not only because it's an anti-Christmas movie, but it's also heartwarming at the same time. It's really the best of both worlds. Kind of like Christmas Vacation in the sense that everything goes wrong, but in the end...
It all goes right.
Yeah, and in the end, family comes together. So that's why it works, I think. If it was completely cynical.
Right. I mean, because Gus really is an anti-hero, if you think about it.
Yeah.
You're rooting for him.
Yeah.
You want him to be able to get away, even though you know what he did was wrong.
Right. You're kind of rooting for Caroline and Lloyd to work out their shit, too.
Right. And you're kind of rooting for everyone to take down Grandma.
Right, because she's a terrible person. In the end, it all kind of works out, and that's why it's a satisfying movie.
Yeah.
Great movie.
It was so much fun watching this movie, which I love to do with you every year, and it was tons of fun talking about it.
I agree. Well, hopefully you enjoyed listening to us talk about the movie as much as we enjoyed talking about the movie. And if you have any questions, comments, or if there's a movie you'd like us to talk about on the podcast.
Ooh, yeah, we take suggestions.
Sure. Email screenfacts@yahoo.com. You can also find us at ScreenFactsPod on Instagram. Please visit jasondavisvoice.com/podcast. You can find out information there about how if you want to support the show by buying merchandise with the Screen Facts logo.
Which makes great holiday gifts.
There you go. We'll see you next time. Thanks for listening.
Do you know what this family needs? A mute.